Suicide Squad! Fuck you!
I think that pretty much sums it up.
It certainly looks like that this game is the dumpster fire that keeps on burning. But regardless, welcome back everybody to another very interesting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League related video, because we do have some very interesting news to dive into about this game. Now, this is pretty much going to be a far more laid back type of discussion from me to you, fully talking about this game and the absolute train wreck that has ensued ever since the game launched. Which isn't to say that the game didn't already have a pretty rocky road ahead of itself when it was building up to its release, but ever since the game did come out, things have been getting worse and worse. And I, for one, don't feel all that bad about the situation that the game has found itself in, because it is straight up absolutely horrendous. And not only is that exact same sentiment shared across the majority of gamers who have experienced this game for themselves, or who have at least seen the entirety of the game's story online, it has also now been officially deemed as a complete critical and commercial failure across the entire board. And primarily considering the fact that Suicide Squad was supposed to be an immensely engaging live service looter shooter with a plethora of planned content scheduled to release across the coming months, is an absolute embarrassment for Warner Bros. To say the least. So to put this entire situation into a much more understandable perspective is that we do have this article written from IGN, which does break down the latest financial and statistical news for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where, as it states, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has fallen short of our expectations, says Warner Bros. Expects games business to have a tough year-on-year comparison. Speaking during a financial call, Warner Bros. Discovery Chief Financial Officer Gunnar Weidenfels admitted Rocksteady's game hadn't done the business the company had hoped for since going on sale on February 2nd, priced at $70, saying it had quote-unquote fallen short of our expectations. Warner Bros. Discovery failed to mention a sales figure for Rocksteady's game, but did say Suicide Squad's failure had set up the company's games business for a tough year-on-year comparison. Whereas last year, Warner Bros. Discovery fully released Hogwarts Legacy, which, in case you don't know, is a fully single-player-centric experience, which went on to become the best-selling game of 2023. But the most baffling thing that you absolutely need to take away from this news is that Warner Bros. Discovery's comment perhaps doesn't come as much surprise. Specifically on Steam, the live service action game peaked with 13,459 concurrent players, a figure that has fallen dramatically since launch. At the time of this article's publication is that just 480 people were playing the game on Valve's platform, with a 24-hour peak of 888 players. And to put things short and sweet, everybody, that is pathetic. For me personally, everything that I saw from this game up to its release gave me massive red flags, and only incentivized me even further to not buy this game. Whether it stemmed from the absolutely abysmal looking live service looter shooter genre, or the fact that Rocksteady, who is obviously best well known for the incredibly beloved Arkham games, have now decided to make a Suicide Squad game fully based on the premise of killing the Justice League, which, of course, is also set within that Arkham universe. And to top it all off is that the overall narrative that was told within the base game is an absolute disgrace to every single one of the Justice League members. It's really quite absurd to see all the massive pitfalls that this game has fallen under, especially under WB's direction. Because just like with what happened with Marvel's Avengers, I can't for the life of me imagine that this fully single-player dedicated studio then decided to make their next massive AAA project a fully online live service experience, which not only totally wastes the player's time and money, but it also wastes all the incredible talent that is found within that studio. We know that Rocksteady is known to make incredible games, but this ongoing push that Warner Bros. Is having right now, especially coming from the head of WB himself, of David Zaslav, where they specifically want to make all their upcoming video game projects tailored within the live service formula, needs to stop immediately. Now, that's that's not to say that all live service games are terrible, because that isn't true either. Especially if you take other recently released live service games like Helldivers 2, which is finding a massive amount of success. But when the higher-ups at these companies decide to initially make a game fully centered around making a profit instead of making a well-rounded and enjoyable experience, then you will end up losing your entire consumer base 110% of the time. In fact, this game is doing so bad that Marvel's Avengers of all things actually ended up having a higher concurrent player base than what Suicide Squad has gained in only less than 1 month since its initial launch. And once again, to drive that point home in its entirety is that Suicide Squad has fumbled this poorly, and the game as a whole hasn't even been out for a full month yet. And for a product which is fully dependent on engaging its consumer base with more content to make even more of a profit, this game is going to be as dead as it comes. And we can only end up praying to the WB Games and DC Games overlords that the Wonder Woman game currently in development by Monolith will be a total 180 in comparison to what we have here. In the end, everyone, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a complete and utter failure. And I don't feel any amount of regret saying that, because if this gets the message across to WB Games that we as fans and consumers do expect more from these experiences in order for them to actually make games that we're looking forward to and will enjoy, then it will only be for the benefit of these developers who end up making these games to create an experience that not only they will feel proud of, but the fans that they're actually trying to promote it to will actually want to get behind. And while my heart does go out to all the hardworking developers over at Rocksteady, I can only hope that whatever their next game ends up being, that it will try and step away as far as possible from the absolute mess that Suicide Squad has turned into. But until that time comes, everybody, that's the video I have for all you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the absolute embarrassment that is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? And if Rocksteady does end up making another DC game down the line, what would you like it to be? Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more videos like this in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay awesome, everybody, and until next time, peace out.